up there, and there's a chance for Gallagher. He's tackled very high. A kick off the ground goes to Crane. Crane kick number 14 as he boots it down to centre half forward. A kick off the ground by Bergen covers as far as any kick would go. Johnny Nichols fights for it. Here comes Surge 2, taken away by Bowden. Chance for Dick Clay. Down he goes, and out wide Robertson pursues Francis Burke. Francis Burke breaks away, kicks it over Northey's head. Wesley Loft gets an awkward bounce. Northey's got an open goal, 30 yards out, and kicks very low.
Will he get a free kick?
Yes,
this is the question. I think he will.
Yes, he seemed to be tripped just as he was kicking that ball.
And that's bad tackling by Carlton.
Yes. They've done this quite a bit in front of goals, Ken. Golden opportunity now for Richmond to go further ahead again.
There's Northey, the farmer from Mortlake, who's only about 35 yards out. Straight in front, kicks a long, high spiral torpedo punt. The goal umpire never moved. The result was a goal.
There's John Northey, the will of the wisp. Very hard man to counter when he breaks out into the open. And that goal to the Tigers takes them to a very handy lead of 28 points, and the goal coming up within about a minute and a half of the start of the third quarter. Richmond 7-5, Carlton 2-7.
Another bounce in the centre, and Nichols and Green. Green over the back. Silvani takes it. Left puts it out looking for Walls, and Walls takes a good one. Oh, he just clutched it back to Silvani. Silvani on the half-forward flank, boots down to the pocket. Here's an opportunity as Richardson goes up with Jesselenko. Plenty of support from Beard. Beard tackled by Jesselenko over the line, out of bounds.
Not having a good game, this Jessa, so far.
Waiting now for the contestants as Peter Jones comes in to render assistance. Michaels Bowden's his opponent. That's the David and the Goliath. Out it goes where Jesselenko left puts it back. Here's a chance for Nicol. It bounces awkwardly, gives him the run. He tends it headed back to Gallagher. Gallagher goes down from a lovely bump. Kevin Bartlett tackled when never in possession will take the free. What wonderful football by this speedster. He's on half-back flank, grandstand side. Michael Green's underneath this one. Nichols, beautifully done. Oh, a cheeky interception from the Giants.
Still limping, Green, though.
Nichols comes down and boots the half-forward line. Strange in perfect position and does it beautifully.
Too tall, isn't he, for Jackson?
Oh, he's outmarked him time and time again.
Straying from that half-back line back towards the centre of the ground. The big fellas are up again. Nichols goes down, picked up by Gould. Gould's kick is not a good one. It bounces awkwardly, however. Walls is in there and thumps his Richmond opponent, picked up by Quirk. Quirk up to the tall timber area. Beard in fine style. Play on, says the umpire, as a wild kick off the ground by Beard. He succeeds with the second one, and there's Dean to take a splendid mark for Richmond in between two Carlton opponents. Roger Dean from centre half-back drives towards the half-forward area. Gould up behind, out reaches hard. Down the ground comes the ball. Northey quickly puts it onto his boot, but there's Loft to mark in defence for Carlton. Loft decides to go straight up the centre. His kick smothered there by Barrett, that they're asked to play on as the ball hits the ground, and it's the evergreen Silvani who emerges with the ball, sends towards Walls at half-forward. Walls spills an easy mark. There's Jesselenko on the ground at centre half-forward. Feeds the hand pass to the slipping Walls. Over goes Richardson. Over the top of him goes Jesselenko, and it stacks on the middle as umpire Crouch calls ball up. Centre half-forward for Carlton.
Can't do a thing right down there.
They can't. They're not playing with any understanding at all up forward. There's Nichols getting a tap again, but goes straight to Sheedy. Sheedy's going to clear it away. He's got a lead here from Burke. Contesting it is Quirk and Quirk. 7 marks to Quirk, and he's coming in for his 13th or 14th kick. There it is on its way. Oh, it's a beautiful drop punt right into the goal square. Jones contesting 3 Richmond players, and it's Sheedy's mark. He's solid, this fellow in defence. Doesn't make too many mistakes. He's a lovely backup player. And there's his kick now, bringing the ball back towards Clay. Clay flies in front, couldn't quite hold the ball over the line. Carlton in the attack, the ball on their right half-forward line. They're kicking towards the scoreboard end. We're 4 minutes into the third quarter. 7-5 Richmond, 2-7 Carlton. Green and Nichols doing battle. Nichols tries to get the ball behind him. It goes to Bowden. Bowden's hand pass comes to Moore. Moore caught with the ball. Will he be penalised? It comes to Crane. Crane disputing the ball there with Crane. Wrestling match going on, and umpire Crouch will bounce the ball. Green coming in, going high, getting the tap. Beautiful shot by Dean. It was a gem. Dean down to Barrett. Barrett couldn't hold it. Coming in as Gill to defend brilliantly. Lovely play. Gill gets a lead here from Quirk. Quirk flies for the ball. Did he mark up? No. Play on, they say, and away goes the racehorse. Gets the ball forward. A short pass is coming to Jesselenko.
Oh, at last.
Jesselenko. just over centre half forward. And he's a fair way out, though. He'll be about 50 yards out. It'll test his ability with a long distance kick. See if he can put it through. It's on its way. Oh, he's got it high in the air, and he's hooked it right round. Jones flies high, knocks the ball away from Beard. It comes there to Gallagher. Gallagher knocks the ball to Walls. Walls is going to be under pressure from Beard. Beard crashes past him, but the ball goes out of play. It's about 25 yards around from the left-hand behind post with Carlton in the attack. Jones doing battle, gets the ball towards Jezelenko. Jezelenko looking for someone. He's not going to hand pass. He's going to kick it. It's to no advantage, really, because it's gone straight to Beard. Beard couldn't trap the ball, but he's beautifully backed up here by Strang. Strang is going to be in trouble. Tackled by Jackson, loses the ball, gets it across to Clay. Clay's under pressure here from Gallagher. They're disputing it again. Beard comes in, or rather Strang tries to kick the ball off the ground. I think he connected with one of the Carlton players, quite unintentionally. It's the ruck duel with Green knocking the ball down, grabbed by Gallagher. Gallagher's kicked up to full forward. Jones can mark this. He can't. It's knocked down. Chance here. Oh, for Croswell. Wasn't Mills? He couldn't trap the ball. And away go Richmond from defence, getting the ball wide out onto the member stand side where it'll be thrown in. Well, they can't do anything right.
No, they're not meant to win. Ken, the way they're playing on that attack.
They're uncertain, unsure of themselves.
Nichols and Green, centre wing position. Nichols beautifully to Silvani. Silvani quickly to centre half forward. Robert Walls in perfect position, takes a good one. Outmanoeuvred Bergen with great skill that time, and Walls is a long way out from goal. He tries a short one to Croswell, perfectly done, and Croswell takes the mark. 60 yards out, quickly on with the business, and Sheedy's the only one home. This is too easy.
Would you believe it?
Sheedy quickly on with the business down towards Crane, who's been a great player, and he gets taken away from by Clay. Clay cleverly to Michael Green. Michael Green, centre wing on the grandstand side, goes for the run. He tries the hand pass to Moore. Moore fumbles it. There's a chance for Nichols to come in, and down goes Moore. Here's a pull down by Green, and a free kick will go to Robertson.
Nichols' bump was quite legitimate, in my humble opinion.
Quickly Robertson across, and the mark is taken by Ian Nicholl across to Johnny Gould. He's in trouble. Gets his left foot to it and boots it to Croswell. Croswell misses what he should have taken. Out where goes Wall and Burke. Walls is taken down by Burke, and Burke gets the run of it. A clever hand pass to Dean. Centre wing position. Richmond stream into attack. Downfield it goes, and Northie'll mark it. And there's Barrett alone and unattended as Locks take.
Oh, it's roughing up now. No beg pardons. A little bit of spike creeping into the verse.
Northie a long way out from goal. It's a magnificent spiral torpedo. Waite goes up and takes an easy mark as Barrett's on the ground. Oh, it did rough up. John Nichols.
And look at Waite and the goal umpire. He's brushing the goal umpire away, and he didn't like it. Rightly so.
Waite's long drop kick is out wide. The leap is Kevin Hall. He takes it well. Quickly he goes out to Quirk, the great kick getter. Quirk cleverly across to Jones. Jones must go on with this. Centre wing position. He thumps it down to the half-forward line. Bergen in front almost takes it. Croswell briefly. Here's Gallagher, can run into an open goal. He's in trouble to Jackson. Jackson shoots and puts it.
Well played, Carl.
That's the first time, Tony, we've seen them play with any purpose or any system, or in fact with the gate wide open.
Yes, every player then handled the ball with confidence, Ken, and they have been fumbling, but that was a beauty.
Well, they got it down quickly.
Very quickly.
Well, that was a badly needed wonder of the Blues. Takes them on to 3-7-25. Richmond 7-5-47. 8 minutes into the third quarter.
Umpire Crouch moves in to bounce the ball in the circle once again, and the crowd seems to have come alive. Jones in ruck for Carlton, beaten for the tap, picked up by Bowden of Richmond. He sends out wide towards the flank. They struggle for it. A punch favours Richmond. Loft charging downfield, almost interfered with by one of his own players. Hand passes to Silvani. Silvani, the exponent of the quick kick, sends it up towards the flank. Plenty of Carlton players flying for the ball. Down emerges Quirk, probably best on ground. His kick is a bad one, however. But here comes Jezelenko streaming out. He's about to be challenged by Green, but he's well shepherded. Jezelenko goes for the long bomb towards the goal square. Sheedy up high, punches the ball away from Gallagher. Across the line and out of bounds.
What a good defender is Sheedy.
Yes, he's hard to beat, Sheedy. Plays very close.
Boundary throw in. Nichols in ruck here against Bowden. Nichols taps down. A chance there for Gallagher, caught with the ball, but it gets away. A sandwich kick by Wall, screws off his boot, and this allows Beard to run with the ball, but he can't pull it up inside the line. It's out of bounds for another boundary throw in. Carlton in attack. Bowden again to tackle the big fellow Nichols. Nichols does it with both hands this time. He scoops the ball to Gallagher. Gallagher pops away. And Carlton's another one.
Lovely play. Full credit to John Nichols for wonderful ruck work there. Beautifully scooped out to Gallagher.
Gallagher, 6 kicks only for the match, and that's a vital goal to the Blues, and the Blues supporters have really come alive, and so has this vast crowd. Just repeating, I should say the attendance, undoubtedly a record, would be round about the 120,000 mark. The biggest single audience to a sporting event in the Southern Hemisphere, and things are going on behind the play. Michael Green just down towards the Richmond end, and Waite, and look at this going on. Hall coming there with Waite. There's a little mix-up there between Green and Waite. Things are going on, and the boundary umpire's coming down, and so is umpire Crouch now to talk to both players. An argument ensuing, and the ball coming back to the centre. Temper's a little frayed, understandably so. This is a do-or-die struggle. You don't expect them not to get a little bit rough and tough at times. And Carlton are now looking more confident. They're trying to urge their players on. There's young Pennell, the baby of the side, you know, saying, well, come on, chaps, we can do it. What's going on over there? The message is going out to Waite, but back with the play as the ball comes forward for Carlton, up towards Big John. He can't get it. It's not clear. Comes to Gallagher. Gallagher hooks it around, but it's going straight to Richardson. Richardson getting under the ball, showing superb judgment and coolness.
Yes, no matter where that missed kick goes, Barry Richardson's been underneath it. He kicks a long punt kick, which is a good 70-yarder. In position, Clay almost took a good one. All down goes Quirk. Pulled high as he went down, been a magnificent wingster. He's off and boots it down towards centre half forward. In front with Richmond, picked up by Bowden. Bowden then boots it down towards where Johnny Gould and Royce Hart will dispute. Gould goes the spoil brilliantly once again, frames the speedster, Crane down towards Jackson. Jackson gets an awkward bounce. Wall's well done. Unfortunately for him, goes to Bergen. Bergen boots it straight out to Crane. Crane misses what he might have taken. Barry Gill doesn't trap it well. He does this time. Out to Gould, and Gould now has got Jackson in his sights, and he just misses him over the line. Out of bounds. It was a worthwhile attempt.
It was a good attempt, and if it had come off, Jackson was in the open spaces, and Carlton would have been very, very dangerous indeed. It was bad luck indeed.
Now it's the Tigers. Richardson on half-back flank underneath the men's members, down towards Peter Jones. He punches it. Silvani's under dangerous stuff. In the chances now for Quirk. He's hurried by Robertson. His hurried kick goes in the Jesselenko-Richardson direction. Jesselenko spoilt by Walls. Sidney Jackson can't reach it as it goes over the line. He takes it with him, and he's out of bounds. Half-forward flank, Carlton in attack.
What a magnificent effort that was of Walls. He realised that he had to do something about it.
Boundary throw in. Nichols opposed to Ronaldson. Pushes him in the back. Play on, says umpire Crouch. Going in his beard to try and win the ball. Hot on his hammer, Jackson. Beautiful side bump from that player. Jesselenko's kick smothered. Back to Jesselenko. Hand pass to Nichols. Interrupted. Coming through Brown, all with great courage. Whoops, and he popped one too afterwards. Robertson flies in for Carlton. Silvani there grabs Bowden. Ball goes away. Screaming after it is Barrett. Right on his hammer, Quirk. Barrett goes to bounce. Goes back. Gets away from the tackle. And sends Tigers forward once again. Lofts and Moore screaming after the ball. Hits the ground. Northey under pressure. Down after he kicks the ball. It bounces towards the goal square. It bounces from behind.
Oh, well, I never. I think every Richmond supporter was riding that ball towards the goal and it just moved away at the last
I think they were blowing it, Jim, the boat was rolling.
My word, this game has really come to life now. It's a typical grand final.
Yes, a couple more goals by Carlton will really make it an exciting.
Wesley Lofts deep out to the outer side looking for Jones. Jones in perfect position to support well by Ronaldson. Down goes Ronaldson from Waite. Scurries after the ball. Out towards Brown. In comes Nickel. Brown beats him for it, then he's down. Down goes another one. Johnny Gould has got the chance. The free kick is going to the Tigers' Royce Hart.
Overdoing it a little bit, the Blues. And they're roughing it up. They're using vigor, but I think then they just overdid it a little bit, and the inevitable happened.
Umpire Crouch tosses the ball back to Hart. Hart's well within kicking range. 45 yards out on about a 45-degree angle. Kicking to the Richmond goal. That's the Punt Road goal. Favours the left foot. Here's the champion from Tasmania. Royce Hart, one of the great players, kicks it badly. Peter Jones has got the chances. He hits it out to Waite. Dick Clay goes with him and bumps him out easily. He then runs into Hart, then runs into trouble. Free kick to Carlton. Ian Nicol.
A good holding the ball decision. No two ways about it. He just tried to do a little bit too much.
Nichols on half-back flank on the outer side, with behind him in the background Demons, who won the seconds. In comes Nichols. He doesn't kick it well. The chance is there and easily taken by Roger Dean, a great captain.
Dean sees Barrett loose at centre-half forward, but by the time Barrett gets there, Robertson emerges and pulls down the ball for Carlton.
He can beat Barrett in the air every time.
Robertson chooses the flank for some unknown reason. Bergen fumbles what he should have marked. Picked up by Quirk, who scouts well. Quirk pushed as he kicks the ball in towards the pocket and cross well. Ball bounces. Jezelenko there. So's Richardson. Out of bounds goes the ball. Boundary throw in.
20 quick kicks for Quirk so far.
Robertson didn't seem keen to kick with his right foot there. I don't know whether he's got a little bit of ankle trouble still.
Hasn't been keen to kick the ball all
At
day.
all, no.
Boundary throw in. Nichols marks in ruck. Kicks quickly. Jackson over his head, and the taller Strang wins the ball. Strang sends quickly into the centre of the ground where it's all Carlton, and Jones does it on his knees just wide of the circle. Then a long hand pass out to the Quirk, who sends number 21 up there. Jackson fumbled it easily. Spins out. Left foot shot. Put it through.
Good. A beauty. Certainly he was very quick to pounce on the ball again, showing tremendous determination. Good play by Jackson.
Well, hasn't this engendered tremendous interest in the game? My word, Carlton coming back typically 5-7, 37 points, and there's Barassi right on edge, right on the edge of the seat. 5-7, Carlton to Richmond 7-6, 37 points are the Blues to 48, the Tigers. Which way will it go? Look at the crowd. The next, what are we about? 15 minutes into the third quarter. The next 45 minutes will tell the story.
Michael Green's on the ball again. Jones disputes it. Jackson gets it taken away from him out to Strang. Strang in bundles of trouble. Kicks it luckily across towards where it isn't marked by Bowden. Quirk goes in. And when not in possession, takes another kick.
Best man on ground, I should
Easily,
say.
yes, playing brilliantly.
Not a doubt. What a great player he was in the grand final last year on half-forward flank. This time he's a winger, just as brilliant. Up goes Walls and juggles it. Oh, not certain, but did it well.
That second bite was a beauty.
Yeah, but he wants to kick it on more quickly. Jezelenko gave him the lead. It's gone now.
Jezelenko and Michael Green goes up and thumps it. Nichols a left foot snap. It's the goal of the match.
Well, this is making a game of it now. What a terrific comeback by Carlton.
Goal number 2 to Big John. There he is, the inspiring big player of Victorian League football. 6-7 Carlton now. Only 5 points the difference. Richmond 7-6, 48. And this huge crowd going wild with excitement.
Umpire Crouch moves in and bounces the ball once again. And up is Jones. The ball comes down. A chance for Barrett. Jones a long hand and a wild hand pass to Robertson. Robertson looks for a hand pass to Gallagher on his left foot. Gallagher puts the ball into the pocket to Walls. And Walls can't pull it in, but can he recover? Kicks the ball high in the air. This sets Sheedy and Nicholl up in a big ride. Sheedy almost a chance. Is grabbed. Oh, through the ball.
Elbowed. It was elbowed, I think.
I do think he threw it away, Ken. I think that will be the
But
decision.
it'll go against him.
Yes. Ian Nicholl will take it.
Nicholl looks pretty confident with the ball.
And could you believe it, that a straight kick here and the Blues will be in front
You wouldn't know that.
at the 18-minute mark of the third quarter. And Richmond looked to be in the box seat when they kicked the goal shortly after the turn.
Nicholl moves in. Drop punt on its way. He's put it behind. A costly error. 4 points the difference. Sheedy telling him all about it there. Richmond 7-6, 48. Carlton 6-8, 44.
Look at a disappointed Nicholl.
Yes, they've been playing about 19 minutes now in this third quarter as Barry Richardson kicks in. A long drop punt. Plenty of distance. Crane a good punt.
Beautiful judgment, that one. A gem of a mark by Crane, and he'll swing Carlton forward again. There's the kick looking for Big John Nichols. He goes high, but it's Michael Green who wins out in this aerial duel. What a great player he is for Richmond, this fellow. Takes the big one round the ground when it's most needed. The kick towards the centre of the ground. Oh, a magnificent mark, Jones. A hand pass to Hall. Away goes Carlton. The ball in short. It's going straight to Bowden. Bowden, a hand pass to Bartlett. Bartlett have to kick. He does. Just gets it in on time, but coming in again is Jones. Jones tries to go on. Puts himself under pressure. Here's the ball coming to Strang and Jackson. Oh, Jackson nearly held it. Not quite. Gallagher comes in. Tackled too high, and Gallagher will take the free.
Throwing himself in fearlessly.
He's got a lead from Crane. There's the pass coming out to Crane. Oh, it was a bad one. Off the side of the boot. Will he get to it? No. That was indirect and not very good football. Although I must admit Crane was all on his own, but the pass was a shocker. There's Nickel going here with Green. Green knocks the ball down to Dean. Dean, an inspiring captain, gets the ball forward. Once again it's Jones, playing that similar role
behind the
to the first quarter.
Yes, it's working well at the moment.
10th mark to Jones as he gets a lead here from Crane. Crane goes high, the ball knocked away defensively there by Sheedy. Or is it Burke? No, Francis Burke it was. Ruck's coming down. Green and Nichols doing battle. Green gets a tap sharp nicely by Crane. Crane a hand pass, goes out the surge. He can't trap it. It's backed up beautifully by Robertson. Robertson's going to drive it right down to the goal. No, he's not in short to Croswell. The ball knocked away from him. Croswell comes to it. He's caught. Breaks the tackle. Gets a hand pass in. Comes for the ball. There's the left foot snap. Oh, what's it? Young Brent Croswell. Well, won't the Tassie people be proud of him right at that moment, eh? There he is, young Croswell, kicking the goal to put the Blues in front.
That was a miraculous thing. You couldn't explain how that worked. Goodness me, what fantastic control to fight back then.
7-8 Carlton to 7-6 Richmond. 21 minutes into the third quarter.
In the centre of the ground, it's Peter Jones who's got that opportunity. Bound to Silvani, ducks his head and kicks it out in the open territory. The brilliant young Tasmanian's out there, but Vince Bate will get there first. Centre wing, outer side, decides to go for the run. This is dangerous. Bad football, and he lost it. The free kick goes to Richmond. Owen it is, waiting for it in centre wing position as Carlton have hit the front. Waits in position to mark.
Oh, that was a bad kick, Bud.
Yes, a careless, sloppy disposal by Ian Owen, another national serviceman. A left foot by Waite down towards the centre half-forward zone. Walls is the leaper. Behind the pack, the chances all Richmond through Bartlett. Bartlett onto his left foot, boots it down where Gary Crane and Gould come in. Crane once again. What a beautiful little mark this fellow is. But pushed out was Royce Hart by Johnny Gould.
Hart right in the centre of the ground to send the Tigers forward. The crowd doesn't agree with that one by the sound of the hoots. Hart, a long kick, a wobbly one. A chance there for Ronaldson, but he muffed it. Picked up by Waite, who breaks away using his pace. Onto his left foot, it's a bad kick. High in the air. Clay now shifted onto Quirk. The front position to Clay, and a fine mark. Dick Clay, Richmond having shifted their wingers. Clay sends that ball right deep into the pocket. Moore sets himself. There's Jones.
5 marks for the quarter. What a great effort so far.
He boots it out wide looking for Serge Silvani. This is dangerous. Francis Burke with tons of courage comes across, and to his own disgust he loses the last moment out of bounds. Half-forward flank, Tigers in attack. Fighting now is Jones, who's passed overtaking Quirk as the great player, picked up by Crane. Downfield there's only Michael Bowden at home, but Chesty, if he wants it, he does, and does it nicely. Bowden between centre wing and half-forward flank, grandstand side, long way out. Punt kicks it down underneath at Kevin Hall. He let it go badly. Behind the packet's weight on his wrong foot. His left foot pass is out of bounds.
On the full.
On the full, for sure. Free kick.
Telling him too.
Shocking kick. He's a normal left footer and he couldn't get onto his right foot. Now Francis Burke takes the free on half-forward flank. He boots it downfield where Peter Jones, no, he's not in, but he is in position and misses one. And it was Waite who missed it, picked up nicely and driven out of danger temporarily towards Gallagher. And Gallagher plucking tenacious rover in this third quarter. Nichols there's, he's alone. You could go for a run, John, if you wanted to, but I don't think he will. He does. He steadies himself and kicks a bad drop kick straight to Bergen. Bergen gets an awkward one and Croswell takes him on with a great tackle. Here comes Quirk, a dazzling blind turn onto his left foot. Now he can kick right if he wants to. Boots it down where Sheedy's the only one at home, and Sheedy misses what he should have taken. Here comes Jackson and Jesselinko. Jesselinko in trouble, gets his foot to it and puts it.
One behind, I think.
I think the whistle's on the play somewhere along the line, is it? We'll wait and see.
Yes. Wait for the umpire's decision.
One behind, I think.
It's a goal. It's a goal.
It isn't. Well, I'll never. Jesselinko, it was. And the Carlton supporters are going wild with excitement as the Blues are now starting to take over. 8-8, 56 points to Richmond, 7-6, 48. Yes, Dick Mason.
I think the debate might have been whether Jesselinko scored the goal. He probably had the free kick in mind.
Back in the centre, and away go Carlton again through the brilliant Quirk. Down to Jackson, who flies. Couldn't mark it. Strang's got it. Strang back to the centre of the ground. Plenty of Carlton players there. But Billy Brown chips in nicely. Or rather Barrett. Barrett onto his left foot. Sends the ball forward. Gill is setting himself forward. Also Wes Lofts. It comes out here to Gould. Gould cleverly knocks the ball out to Crane. Crane can get it away for Carlton. Hooks the ball around. It's all Richmond there as Sheedy takes the mark. Sheedy's got a lead here. A lovely one from Bartlett all on his own. So the pace slackens momentarily as Bartlett takes his time here, looking for a lead. There's the kick right down to the scoring zone. There, Moore flies with Lofts. Neither could mark it. The ball hits the ground. Emerging with it there. It was Beard, not Beard, but Gill it is, who's got the ball anyhow. Sends it to Robertson. Robertson has the ball knocked away. It comes to Gallagher. He cleverly eludes two players. Whips a hand pass to Robertson. Robertson with a kick down towards the full forward line. A free kick further afield, I think. Robertson was dealt with after disposing of the ball, and the free will go into the attacking zone, well into it for Carlton.
Jesselenko to take it, trouble of it.
John Nichols pat Sheedy on the back foot, yeah?
Is that a fact?
Yeah.
The big fella and the little fella.
The biggie and the little, they're both tough and good.
Now let's see what Jezza can do with this. He's a fair way out from goal. Got 50 yards out. Lines it up. It's on its way. I think it could be close. It hits the post. Hit the post. Bad luck Jesselenko. Bad luck Carlton. And there's a disappointed Jezza. One behind on the board to the Blues. Takes them on to 8-9-57 to Richmond 7-6-48. One is beginning to wonder whether the tough games that Richmond have had leading up to this grand final are taking their toll.
Yes.
We don't know, but we'll soon know.
Richardson kicks out wide. Behind the pack, it's Nichols. He's tackled by Roger.
15 yards, Roger.
15 yards it will be. Dean thought it wasn't a mark for some inexplicable reason.
Yes, well, Dean loves to umpire, but of course Crouch is showing him that he's the umpire and not Roger Dean.
You know, this is a magnificent recovery by Carlton. They looked a beaten side at half-time.
Beautiful short pass, John Nichols. It was a gem, and Gallagher just had to keep running and take it on his chest. Adrian Gallagher, 35 to 40 yards out from goal. The traditional sock pulling goes on.
Yeah, and not renowned as the most reliable kick, although he's kicked better in the final series.
Yes, kicked 4, I think, didn't he, against Collingwood? Good effort.
Yes, over the years, Adrian Gallagher. Great cricketer, great footballer, kicks it badly, and he hasn't been a straight kick for Carlton over the years. That was nominated another behind to the Blues.
Taking them on to 8-10 now. Carlton 8-10 to Richmond 7-6 at the 27-minute mark of the third quarter.
There's an overwork. Barry Richardson decides to go straight down the centre. Robertson's in perfect position and does it beautifully. Oh, it was nominated and so well done by Ian Robertson.
As a matter of fact, Carlton are trouncing Richmond across the
middle, and this is where they're starting to draw away, Jim.
Socks are down as Robertson, a doubtful starter before the match, kicks a skimming drop kick down towards the 10-yard square. Behind the pack, the chance is there for Jackson. Owen chips across nicely and hits it over the line, out of bounds, saves them temporarily, and will be thrown in the teeth of Carlton's goal.
Nichols strides to the front position in ruck, but Green has the better of him. It comes down to Nicholl, however. Nichols kick a grubber on the ground there. Crosswell fights, but Owen beats him this time. In swoops Jesselenko. Jesselenko has the ball. He's in trouble. Fights his way through. A chance for Nichols. Porks one way. Gives it back to Crosswell. Crosswell kicks it high up in the air, up and down in the one spot. They fight for it on the ground. A chance for Jackson. He backs out of the pack into trouble. Grab. Comes back towards the ball once again. Throws it out in front of him. Right on his hammer is Bowden. Jackson loses it once again. Down to the ground he goes. Dean has the free kick. Or rather the handball going towards Royce Hart. And the Tigers are underway once again. As Hart drives into the pocket to Billy Brown. Holds the mark. Nobody on Moore as Brown sees this. Sends the ball there. Crash. Oh, dear me.
Oh, wait, you. Definitely too late there.
Completely unnecessary was that. The mark had been taken. Now look at this. It's on. Robertson and Barrett having a little tussle there. The goal umpires coming in, boundary umpires, umpire Crouch, and it's not surprising because Moore had taken that mark and he was flattened unmercifully.
Yes, that's the worst way of giving away frees. That umpire Crouch is bringing him in 15 yards right to the line, which is certainly the least he can do.
The least he could do, I reckon, would be to give him a goal if that was possible, but it's not.
That was callous.
You can see it coming about 5 yards away.
It's true. It's all clear. That's Moore's second, and the difference now only 4 points once again. Well, what a thriller this is developing into. 4 points the difference. Carlton 8-10, 58 points to Richmond 8-6, 54, and we're 30 minutes into the third quarter.
Well, there's certainly tons of pressure on, and I don't doubt that Wakefield's a little guilty there. He certainly could have stopped himself, but he's no doubt very keyed up like the rest of the players, and perhaps we have criticised him a little harshly, but certainly a very, very callous one.
Centre, it's Peter Jones who struggles manfully for it, taken away by Dean. Up goes Gould, who's been a brilliant centre half back across to Hall. Hall boots it out into open territory looking for Walls. Walls up and nicely sport by Bergen. Here comes Clay. Clay centre wing out of side of the ground, looks for Barrett. Barrett takes the pass and goes on to Ronaldson. His long hand pass to Ronaldson is good football. Ronaldson 55 yards out on an acute angle, kicks atrociously. Into the crowd it goes. Free kick to Wesley Locks, Carlton.
Never balanced himself there. He was taking a big stride as he put the ball out, and he was well off balance.
The mist just coming out from the Carlton bench too, thick and fast. Wes lost pointing to something there. He's going to hold it up. He's going to let the tempest, sort of simmer down, and he's got a cool head at times.
He's vice-captain today, too, and he boots along one downfield. A big pack leap, including John Nichols and Green. It's claimed by Green. The hand pass goes across. Nichols is going to take it, and there'll be 15 yards against him as well, I would. No, there's not. Nichols is taking it, and Michael Green, of course, won't pick it up. They haven't exactly been buddies. Kevin Hall will do the job for his captain.
Well, this is fair enough. It's all in the caper, isn't it?
That's right. 5 times best and fairest for Carlton has Nichols been, one of the great players of all time. Down to Silvani, behind his walls, tries to hit it across to Quirk. It's not well done. Good bump that time. It's kicked down and picked up by Nicholl. Ian Nichols in bundles of trouble, plays the man with it. His kick is not a good one. Lurches by the boundary line to the big fellow, Ronaldson. Great play, Ronaldson. Trouble, look out, here comes Nichols. Nichols goes down with Barrett.
Free kick to Nichols.
Will go to Nichols.
Turn him round. Oh dear, right.
There is no report, but Gould. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, oh dear. That's the sort of thing that creeps into the game from time to time you don't like to see. But here's Nichols passing the ball beautifully to Crane, and it's pretty close to the third quarter siren. Crane with the ball right in the centre. There goes the siren to end the third quarter, and it's 4 points the difference. There's the ball. Carlton 8-10, 58 points to Richmond 8-6, 54, and a magnificent recovery by the Blues, and the third quarter roar around the ground as Locks puts this ball into play. It's a lovely drop kick looking for Jones. Green is there, knocks the ball away. It comes to Ian Collins, tackled, holding the ball, is against him, and the free goes to Billy Brown. He's got a lead here from Barrett all on his own. Barrett's got it. He's going to steady and have a shot for goal.
Billy Barrett showing the ball to the crowd as he marks.
He's on a very acute angle, but he's a beautiful kick for goal. Let's watch this one on its way. It's a magnificent kick. It's through. And Richmond hit the front at the 9-minute mark of the final quarter, and that's goal number 3 to Billy Brown. And what a gem that was. There he is.
What a gem of a goal from an almost impossible position. Beautiful torpedo.
The goal of a champion. There's the board. And the crowd just going absolutely wild with excitement. And there's a section of this vast crowd here today. Back in the centre now. Rucks do battle. Ball comes clear to Francis Burke. Away go Richmond again into attack. Coming to Northey. Chipping in his Hall. Couldn't quite mark it. Knocks it forward. Comes to it again. Was held. And will get the free. That's the steadier for Carlton. Richmond 5 points in front. As Hall drives the ball forward with a good kick. Coming to it is Croswell. Croswell very nearly held that. Clay picked up the crumbs though, and Clay swings Richmond forward. Here's Northey getting under the ball all on his own. And he goes on with it. He gets a lead here from Hart, but Gould's going to chip in and try and mark it. Knocks the ball cleverly forward. It's come here to little Hopkins, who has come on. Hopkins' kick is a good one up to centre half forward. Coming out to the ball is Gallagher, but in front was there to take the steadying mark for the Tigers. He's been a good player in defence.
Very steady.
Beard with the ball. He'll swing Richmond forward, the kick towards their centre-half forward position. Packer players fly for it. Ronaldson went high. Little Hopkins comes in again, trundles the ball to Gould. Gould in turn tries to trap it, can't do so. Bowden comes in. Hopkins again gets the ball short with a hand pass. Oh, the tackle around Brown's neck, and he'll take the free. He's got a lead here from Clay all on his own, and Clay takes the mark. Didn't gain anything from that. In fact, forced Richmond into the pocket a little bit more. It's about half forward right, though, just the same. There's the kick by Clay to Jen. Right up to the full forward area. They fly for it, waiting down behind his gill. Oh, he fumbles badly. Allows Green in, the hand pass to Northey. Pops it through. A goal. Another goal for the Tigers. Goal number 10 on the board. And the second to John Northey. A clever elusive player. Well, as a matter of fact, I said last week of one player, they seek him here, they seek him there. They seek him everywhere, and John Northey's a very hard boy to nail once that ball gets into the open spaces. And the Tigers looking good now. 10-9 to Carlton 8-10. A game of fluctuating fortunes.
Back in the centre with umpire Crouch. The big fellows waiting for Jones and Nichols are both on the ball as they clash. Jones gets it down. Out it goes to Bartlett. Bartlett boots the Tigers into attack, and here comes Northey, trapped by Kevin Hall. Kevin Hall takes 10 tons of time, and beautifully to Walls. Beautifully done, and Walls takes the mark, and there's a player, Jesselenko, alone. Walls tries a funny one, across towards Jackson, and Strain takes it.
Oh, but he should have passed it earlier.
Oh, yes, much too slow.
Strain quickly out towards Quirk, and Quirk in perfect position takes another mark. He's on and he's caught, and the chance is there for Clay. Clay half-back flank, screws it back towards Barrett. Barrett hotly pursued by Collins, handles the ball well, handles it brilliantly. A long hand pass to Bartlett. Bartlett will be picked up by Hopkins, gets his kick and boots it down to Johnny Gould. Over his head it goes. A chance for Wesley Lofts to come through. Down goes Hart, and really down in, he stays down. Picked up by Moore. Moore shoots for goal, and Barry Gill's the man. He fumbles once again, and the ball's taken over the line out of bounds.
My word, Hart, there he is. That was a bone rattler. It really was.
These Carlton defenders not cooperating well just at the moment.
Peter Jones and Ronaldson contest this one. Jones front position, cleverly out to Waite. Waite is handled badly and goes careering over the line, out of bounds with the ball in tow.
Hart looking very wobbly on his feet, understandably so.
Ronaldson front position does it nicely. A chance now for Gould, and he's in lots of trouble. He's tackled when not in possession, and will take the free kick. John Gould. Short, Noel Pennell gave the lead. It was ignored, and probably rightly so. Gould is going to kick as long as he can along this grandstand flank.
About 12 minutes into the final quarter.
His target is Peter Jones. Peter Jones and Michael Green fly. Wonderful roving Dick Clay. He steadies from 50 yards out, kicks it long, and just misses another behind to the Tigers.
That's their 10th behind. Richmond moving on now to 10-10, 70 points to Carlton 8-10, 58. Exactly 2 goals the difference, and we're exactly 14 minutes into the final quarter.
Tony, I notice a lot of Carlton players all flying together, nobody down.
Oh, nobody in that defence, particularly Lofts and Gould a couple of times.
Lofts favouring the outer side of the ground. There's a pack flying to the ball. Waiting down behind is Roger Dean. Roger Dean, a long hand pass, finds Bowden. Bowden lines up the goal. He's way off target with it, and it bounces for a throw-in. Well, what a fantastic game this has been so far. It was all Richmond in the first half. Carlton took right over in the third quarter, and now Richmond are right back in business. Jones gives the ball to Hall. Hall's kick comes out here to Quirk. He's been the greatest kick getter on the ground. One of the best. Charges downfield. He's got a lead out here from Robert Walls. Sets himself for it. It's knocked away, though, by Bergen. Walls recovers nicely. Puts the ball around. But it goes straight to the arms of Strand. Strand's kick down towards Dick Clay, who sets himself and takes the mark. Well played, Richmond. Beautiful mark, Clay. On its way it goes. A penetrating kick into the scoring zone. The whistle's on the play, and a free to Richmond. No two ways about it. It's going short from Northey's way. That was pretty obvious. Northey knew it was on right from the start, and all the Richmond players and umpire Crouch made no mistake. He saw what was going on, and Northey is now straight in front and about 40 yards out. Straight kick here, and the Tigers will be really back in business. There's the kick. It's going to be touched. It's falling short and through for the behind. That's a very handy one, though, to Richmond. It just gives them that 13-point advantage. 10-11 to Carlton 8-10.
Vice-captain Wesley Lofts kicks to the grandstand side, and Michael Green's the only man in position. Quirk spoils him brilliantly. Here's a chance for Hopkins and Clay. In comes Brent Croswell on the ball. Goes like a bullet downfield. He's about centre wing position as he kicks a left footer very badly. And leading in the race, the ball is Barry Richardson, well shepherded, but Richardson very proppy and very slow. Over the line, out of bounds, half-forward flank. The Blues are in attack.
16 minutes into the final quarter.
Robert Walls comes in to take up a ruck position. His opponent will be Green, who's done all the heavy work for the Tigers all day. Up goes the legal student, can't take it. Well played Jesselenko as he chucks it out to Gallagher. Gallagher's tackled when not in possession. He plays on, runs into trouble, won't give up. Down he goes, takes a free kick, and it was almost paid for courage alone.
That's about it too, I think. I don't know whether there was any definite free there, but he certainly earned it the way he battled on.
Carlton badly need a goal at this stage.
Nichols lurking in the goal square. Gallagher goes for the big one. In comes Big Jog, can't take it. Behind the pack it's Jackson. He loses it. Picked up by the brilliant Sheedy. Sheedy tries a short pass. It goes to Crane. Roger Dean is there too. Umpire says no mark, and will come in and indicates that I think he'll bounce it.
Sergio Silvani could have been reported.
Yet the goal umpire came out and looked as though he meant business.
It's Green and Walls, the contestants again, and Green wins it beautifully to Owen. He's beautifully bumped by Jesselenko. Out wide it goes, Jesselenko following. He'll be tackled by Burke, gets it across to Crane. Crane on the half-forward flank, 70 yards out from goal. John Nichols in position, almost took a good one. Here's Richardson, and the ball is in a scurry on the ground there. Silvani pushes it through eventually, and it's a force behind to Carlton.
That's an important one, because it again makes the difference a clear 2 goals. At the 17.5-minute mark of the final quarter, it's 10-11 Richmond, 8-11 Carlton.
And who's this kicking out? Richardson still. Goes for the grandstand, but Clay gives him the lead, and it's beautifully done. As Dick Clay holds that mark in the back pocket. Clay given the lead by Barrett. Further afield, Collins about to strike. Ball comes down to the ground. A chance there for Hall. He's brushed aside. In goes Collins. Play on, says the umpire. Collins, no free kick there as Bergen comes away with the ball. He sends forward. Ronaldson the chance. Waite thumps. Dashing through Moore without the ball. Waite the high hand pass. Gould attend a smash, and Carlton could be out of trouble as the ball comes towards Hall. He handballs towards Collins. Collins back to Hall and put him under pressure. Hall doesn't evade the issue. He sends to Gallagher. Down goes Gallagher. In swoops Jesselenko. He loses the ball. Sheedy there underneath the ball. Umpire Crouch poised as down goes Gallagher once again. Players going in, throwing themselves in. Gallagher on top of the ball. He's tackled. Umpire Crouch will ball it up, I think.
What a tense passage of play that was.
Oh, it's tough, it's hard, isn't it, eh? No quarter being asked or given, and it's a do-or-die struggle with the Tigers still holding that 12-point advantage.
Pure desperation.
Which way will this game go? Well, at the moment, Richmond are in the box seat.
Eric Moore coming off the ground for Richmond. His replacement is Bond, who's come on the forward line to go to full forward.
Back with umpire Crouch. Now as he bounces the ball, Nichols in front tries to grab it, knocked away by Green. Is it kicks it? No, it was Sprang perhaps, or Bergen, I'm not too sure. But one of the Richmond players put it out on the full, and here's the brilliant Quirk to take the free kick. He's been a grand player for Carlton all day long. There's the kick on its way. It's a beautiful 1-2 position. Big John Nichols flies. The ball knocked away. Grab here by Bartlett. He's quickly dispossessed, and the pack develops, and umpire Crouch will bounce it. Time ticking away. 20 minutes into the final quarter now. Can Richmond hold on? There's Nichols going high, grabs the ball, puts it onto the boot. It's smothered. Silvani's in the thick of it there. They come back with the ball. A pack develops, and a free kick goes Richmond's way. Who's it going to? Sheedy? No, it is Bowden, yes. Bowden to take the free for Richmond in that last line of defence, and their efforts at the moment are to bottle up this Carlton attack.
Out where Fennell's in front position. He recovers best. It's out wide to Crane. Crane boots Carlton back into attack with a long high one. It's across the face of goal, and Jets get through for one behind to the Blues.
And look at the way Richmond have packed this defence, Tony.
Yes, they're just about all on that side of the centre. Ken, at the moment, only 6 players on the Richmond forward line side of the centre.
11 points the difference, and my word, if Carlton can score a goal quickly, it'll be on again, really on.
19th man Bond at about 5'8". He's full forward. That indicates how Richmond have packed that back line as Richardson kicks out where Peter Jones and Michael Green go for it. Lovely scouting by Clay. Clay drives it down to Ronaldson. Late arriver comes Waite. Well done, Waite, as he thumps it down. Hits it along the boundary line. Over it goes out of bounds between centre wing and half-forward flank. And the Tigers are leading and are in attack. Waiting now for Ronaldson to take up his position with Peter Jones, his opponent. From behind, Jones straight to Bartlett. Wasn't good football. Bartlett with great speed gets around everybody. Then boots it back and Barrett's in position. And takes the mark.
And took a pretty solid bump to boot, but he rode it well.
Yes, he saw it coming. How he gets down there on his own, I'll never know.
Yes, I was just thinking Ian Collins hasn't picked him up since he came on.
You know, he could put this through, Doug. I've nominated them before from here. He's just the type of player to put it through.
About 45 to 50 yards out. It's a long one. It's not quite long enough. It's slipped through over the hands of the pack for behind. 2 goals again, isn't it?
That's right. 2 goals in front are the Tigers at the 22-minute mark of the final quarter.
Time's ticking away for Carlton. They'll have to do a lot better than they're doing at the moment.
There's the kick in by Lofts. Green has the mark for Richmond.
The official attendance today, 119,165, an all-time record.
Not quite the 120, Ken, but not far off it.
Green lining this one up from a long way out. Has his spiral punch going goalwards. It's got plenty of distance. It might be through. And that's a vital behind scored by the Tigers. That takes them along to a 13-point lead. They're 10-13-73. Carlton 8-12-60. And the premiership slowly slipping away from Carlton. As Vin Waite moves in to put this ball into play. It's a beautiful kick too. Bowden's in position and holds a beautiful mark for Richmond. Strong mark. Teammates all round him, telling him to slow down and take plenty of time. Bowden carefully lining the ball up, won't make the distance from here. Kick is off the side of the boot. Lofts has the chance to mark and does so.
You know, oh, look at that one. I had the impression that Richmond were running out of steam in the third quarter, but it wasn't so.
There's Lofts' kick towards Quirk. Clay goes the punch and puts the ball down. Here's Norby, but he loses the run of the ball. Pennell unloads him. And here's a chance for Hall. He picks up and runs it. Oh, a stiff one round the ears. And Hall has the free kick. And passes to Gould, and Gould runs into a stiff one. Here's Silvani for Carlton in the centre of the ground. Sends the ball wide to Hopkins on the flank. Hopkins spears the ball back in towards half forward, but there's nobody at home for Carlton, and it's Kevin Sheedy who takes the mark. And a 15-yard penalty to boot.
Can't understand some of these Carlton players.
They've been sucked in by Sheedy, and he's a master at it. He's the leading free kick getter in the league this season. There's Sheedy's kick, a good one. Pinpoint the position. Up is Michael Green. Quickly, he wastes no time. His left foot kick isn't a good one. In comes Collins. Down goes Collins. No free kick as Dean scouts the pack. He's grabbed, loses the ball. Collins scouting. Finally picks it up and kicks it in desperation. But who's there? Sheedy.
Jesselenko on his own, calling for it, but Collins didn't see.
Sheedy then boots it back towards centre half forward. John Nichols makes front position well. Could have been awarded that one. Plays on strongly. Loses the run of it. Here comes the speech to Bartlett. Runs into his back and pushes him over, and Bartlett's down and feeling it. There's Kevin Bartlett writhing on the ground.
Well, I think a lot of Carlton players feel that the game has slipped out of their hands and they're doing some very foolish things at the moment. That was a very foolish tackle indeed.
And what a great player Bartlett's been for Richmond in this final series. He's been tremendous.
Yes, he's been easily the outstanding rover.
22 kicks. Here's his 22nd for the day.
There's Northey. Northey can't take it. A weary-looking Lofts goes after, but it's over the line out of bounds. As Waite's the man who pursues it. And there's a few Carlton players. I saw Peter Jones signalling to Nichols to come on the ball. He's run out of puff. And Wesley Lofts looks so much the same too as Nichols comes in with Ronaldson. Nichols up and thumps it towards Gallagher. Gallagher in tons of trouble, ducks his head as usual, and luckily takes a free kick as he's tackled by Ronaldson.
25 minutes we are into the final quarter. Only time on remaining, and Richmond clinging to their lead, 10-13 to 8-12.
He's got nobody to kick to. Jesselenko comes in to assist him. Jesselenko taken away by Bartlett. Bartlett 45 yards out. Shoots, and there's Richmond in the... It's He's marked about 10 yards out, and this is curtains for the Blues.
Yeah, but there could be a free kick here against Richmond, could there? I don't know.
I think it'll be against Carlton, if anything.
15-yard penalty against Carlton.
I don't know. We'll wait and
it's
see.
15 yards.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's not really 15. It wouldn't matter anyway. He's marked it in the goal square. Couldn't miss this.
Graham Bond, 19th man, kicks it to the scoreboard, and what a good scoreboard it looks for the Tigers.
That'll be the finish.
I think that's put the seal right on it.
Yes.
And Richmond have really consolidated now. 11-13, 79 to Carlton 8-12, and there's Adrian Gallagher with the cramp. 8-12 Carlton 60, and so Melbourne still remain at this stage anyhow. So there's Tom Hafey, a very excited coach naturally. Melbourne still remain the only side to win successive premierships, and that was back in 1960.
59-60.
That's right.
In the centre, it's John Nichols still battling as the great captain, and Silvani gets hit on the back. He then boots it out wide where Bergen traps it beautifully, recovers nicely, boots the Tigers into attack, down towards where in front it's Bowden, takes another splendid mark. Michael Bowden takes another good one. Look at him there, grinning to Vincent Wade as he gets up. He's happy. Premiership is ours, says Mike Bowden. He's on half-forward flank, right in front of the men's members, a good 75 to 80 yards out from goal. Bowden, ex-St Kevin's, or recruited from St Kevin's, boots it downfield. Royce Hart's underneath the front, so Silvani behind. Here's Bartlett, shoots for goal and puts it through. That's it.
Oh, and look at Bartlett, isn't he? Look at him. He's so happy with things it doesn't matter. And can you blame him? They've got it sewn up, the Tigers, no two ways about it. And do you know that Carlton haven't kicked a goal in the last quarter so far, and it's been in progress 27 minutes. Right now, back in the centre. Richmond have got it sewn up, and their supporters are on pretty good terms with themselves. There's John Nichols, a great battler, but in nips Clay to get hold of the ball. Drives it forward. Ian Collins is getting under it for Carlton, steadies. Could have played on, but there's so many Richmond defenders there, it doesn't matter. Here's Collins coming in. The kick is a good one to centre half forward. Robert Walls is getting under it, couldn't mark it. There's Croswell picking up the ball, hooks it around. It's in a little bit short though. Francis Burke coming to the ball. Crane beating him to it though. Crane coming through with sheer speed, overruns the ball, allows Burke in. Burke sends the ball forward, coming to it there, and to mark the ball is none other than Billy Brown. Billy Brown's kick looking for Bart. It's misdirected. Collins comes in for Carlton. Drives the ball to centre half forward. It's all Richmond, and Bergen takes the mark. And look at Bowden being hugged there by Charlie Callender, one of the great personalities of football.
As Bergen boots it into attack for the Tigers once again, punched away from Hart. John Nichols wearily gets it out to centre wing position. Crane cleverly blocks, then gets his kick and boots it down to centre half forward. Gallagher there with the cramp takes the mark at centre half forward. Once again, Peter Jones gives the lead. Gallagher's got nobody to kick to in the 10-yard square. It's all Richmond apart from Sid Jackson. Jackson goes up. He's 5'8". His opponent is Owen at about 6'2", and the mark is easily taken by Barry Richardson, actually.
Played well for a player who was considered a little bit suspect before the game from point of view of injury.
Yes, he's done a wonderful job. A physiotherapist by trade. He treated himself, and he's come out of with flying colours. The Richmond fullback deep in the goal, boots it out wide to where Hopkins is in front position, but very slow, and the mark is taken by the gallant little Billy Brown.
Brown for Richmond to send them further forward in towards the centre wing position. Green is there. Big pack flies for the ball, including Hart, who recovers beautifully. Hart swings the ball back towards centre half forward, and there's nobody at home for Carlton. The ball bounces towards Lofts. He decides to break through, retarded by the leg, picked up by Hopkins. He sends up towards Carlton's half-forward area, but it's all Richmond there as Bergen breaks up this attack with a long kick back to the half-forward line. There's Lofts to mark at centre-half-back for Carlton.
Well, he's tried hard anyway. Tremendous game from Wesley.
Got a big heart, hasn't it?
Yes.
Lofts and Barrett exchanging pleasantries as Lofts goes to take this kick. There he kicks towards centre-half-forward. Silvani is there, and Silvani has the mark. No one to play to, so Silvani kicks it out wide in the Jezelenko direction, but the bounce beats everyone except Barry Richardson, who charges upfield and breaks up yet another Carlton attack. Up towards Gould and Hart. Gould punches the ball down, but the bounce favours Dean. Dean to Northey. Down goes Northey. Free kick. All a crude tackle on that occasion. Northey cramping just a little bit, but he has the free kick just wide of centre half forward.
Not very long to go in this 1969 Grand Final. We've been playing about 31 minutes in the final quarter with Richmond 12-13 to Carlton 8-12 as Northey drives the ball forward. There goes... there was a hunt on the ground, but it's Pennell who picks it up for Carlton, swings the ball into the open spaces. Big John Ronaldson flew for the ball, couldn't hold it. Serge Silvani played a great game, gets hold of it. It goes to Crane. Crane's got plenty of toe. He may be tackled by Burke. He's not. Crane gets his kick in down towards Jackson, but once again it's Richardson who outmarks him, and it's all over. Richmond won the 1969 Grand Final, defeating Carlton 12-13 to Carlton 8-12.